Hey guys, what's up? So, this is Rob at Game Time Sports Collectibles here in Circleville, Ohio, and you know that um, I thought this box was super cool. Matter of fact, if you watched our What's in the Box, I made fun of myself because I said I thought this was super cool, like probably 7 times in that 1 minute video. So I really did think this was super cool. And if you know me, you know I don't treat myself. I actually am very weird about even buying a new pair of shoes. I usually go without the coffee, all that sort of thing. So for me, this is a big boy. $325 for me personally is a lot. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I hit something decent, obviously, I'm going to put it on eBay. I do collect or prefer mostly the Hulk, but I am a comic book guy as far as loving this stuff. Now, I've never actually collected comic books, which is kind of weird. But anyway, this is a pretty big box for me. Now, the comps that I was seeing on eBay kind of said it could be worth it. And again, this box is around 325, 350, and that's not a situation where the secondary market has like picked it up and really like ran with it. It's a situation where this is what it was from Topps, and this was a big box as it released. So literally, I've showed you before in the what's in a box, but if you can just see that, so we pop it open, looks like a comic book. Individual characters holding back their specific packs. It is awesome, and actually we are doing this by the pack too. So I'm going to get in here, try to do this the best way I know how, without damaging any corners or anything like that. So I'm going to actually just kind of slide out this tray. And again, the box is really cool. So you're looking at about $12 per card that I'm opening right now. So for me, possibly the biggest box I've ever opened, and especially biggest box for personal reasons. So I'm just going to go right into this. I decided to go with a Hulk one first. So let's see what we get in here. So cards are super shiny. The box really doesn't do it justice as far as it looks like a sticker, but it doesn't do it justice as far as how actually thick and shiny these cards are. So I see right off the get-go, I think I hit a pretty decent card. So I hit a Venom numbered to 199. So it's a gold Venom numbered to 199. I'll just go ahead and go through the pack. Okay, now we got a Daredevil. Just looks a little different than the rest. And then a Wolverine. And actually, as we talked about, these cards are about 12 bucks a piece. My best guess in the Venom is it might be 50 bucks just to start it out. So I hope that that's the case, that it's 50 bucks or more. So we're gonna try to, and I very quickly am realizing these cards are thicker than that. So hold on for just a second. Just a real quick pause. So I went and just grabbed a 75 point. 59 point might have been more fine or accurate, but we're gonna go ahead and grab this. Definitely want to get this one in. Yeah, 79 was or 75 or whatever was a good choice. So you see that? Probably the bigger hit of that pack. And again, we do have packs in here. And like I said, going to put the bigger cards probably on eBay unless it was just something of the Hulk that I might want to keep. And of course, yeah, this video is going to end up being 5 to 10 minutes long. We will end up putting it on social media for sure. So again, Monday's relatively slow day at the shop, so I thought this was a good time. But so far, loving the cards actually. So, and again, hit a pretty decent one that first pack. So we're gonna roll along a little further with this. So speaking of non-sports cards, we will have SpongeBob on Wednesday. SpongeBob SquarePants cards on Wednesday. We will have blasters also on Wednesday or Thursday. We will have the new Ohio State Panini cards, the NIL, and they will be hobby boxes will be in here at least initially a very fair price. So going into the second pack, not even gonna lie to you, not even sure that was Loki, but that's Loki, I guess, back in that time frame. And again, here we've got Deathlock. Again, something different about this right here, which is the Green Goblin, and nothing different about, I believe it's Namor. So get these ones in. So far the big one has been the Gold Venom. So we'll have to see. Again, minimum $50. I would say it's more than that, to be honest. So we'll see if I know what I'm talking about. Maybe when I post this video, I'll have a chance to go through, look at some comps, and give you some ideas on where these are. Appreciate you watching the video. Bill and I were just working a little bit on our Facebook Live this week. Last week we had some issues with the internet in here, so we were technically unable to do a Facebook Live, but I record it on a separate camera. So we were able to upload the full video to YouTube. So if you haven't liked our YouTube, go over there and check it out. You can see the full video. But we are, I think at this moment, going to continue to do the Facebook Lives and all the YouTube stuff that we can then divide into small segments and put all over the internet. So I mentioned again, not a huge comic book fan, but a huge superhero fan. Movies, shows, of course, the original Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno, was really into that. Watched it in reruns as an adult, still watch it every once in a while. And, okay, so we got a Thor. We have an Emma Frost. Again, the refractor looking card is Spider-Woman 2099, so it was like a futuristic view of what they thought she might look like. And then Spider-Man again. So again, the refractor thing is, you know, kind of considered a hit, I guess. Average refractor probably going for $15 or so. That would be my guess. Again, I will try to look up some comps. But so far, again, if you're jumping in the middle of this video, the monster that we've hit so far, and is literally a monster, it's Venom, gold, serial numbered 12, I believe, of 199. So we still got packs to go. And again, box price currently $325. I don't see it going any lower than that because of the direct cost from Topps and even what Topps offered it at. That is not a secondary market fluctuation on this or anything. It's just a suggested retail somewhere in that $300 to $350 range, I would say. So Spider-Man. So may even have Scott doing some work for me here in a little bit, kind of going through, making sure that I am on target with these. Sorry. Before I get to that pack, I'm gonna top load a couple more. So last week I was out at the Grove City Card Fest put on by Ryan and Card Collector 2 and Brad. And again, that show, it was my first experience there. Okay, we got something here, numbered to 75. And it is Mary Jane, numbered to 75. Mary Jane's probably not as good of a hit as Venom, but numbered to 75, again, I would be thinking we're looking at $50. Then we have a Deathlock and a Kill Raven. So we'll go through those a little slower. Iron Man. Hey, man. Mary Jane. Deathlock. And Kill Raven. So we're going to get these in some top loads. That show was very well put on. It's kind of like the show that I do down south. You know, it's 3 times the size of the show that I do at the Ross County Fairgrounds, but the Ross County Fairgrounds show, kind of same mentality, keeping it a little bit more exclusive. Don't have any plans to raise to switch places or try to get more people or more vendors than 60 dealer tables. Actually, about 58 dealer tables is about where I feel like the max is there. And in 2026, to be completely frank, the plan is to raise tables there. It's just a supply and demand thing. And with all the marketing and stuff that I have involved in that show, it just makes sense for me to raise that and keep the quality of the show going and not really dial that show in. Now, speaking of shows, the last 3 shows that I've been a part of, which would include a show that I highly promoted, were down significantly. Now, I don't want to say other people's shows were down significantly, so I'll say that for my show was down a good 35% as far as the attendance went. And that would be the first one that I've done recently. The very next weekend, I did 2 days at the Hilliard Card Show. It was down. If I was going to throw a number on it, I'd say more like 20 to 30%. It probably helps it that it was a 2 building show this time. But again, definitely a good show. Okay, I've got a Hulk, some kind of refractor, and the Blob, which is one of the more interesting characters. So Hulk refractor, probably going to be mine. Probably just going to be keeping that one. Now you do, of course, have the cost involved of the little bit extra thick top loads here. I'm going with 75 point. If you grab yourself a box of this, that's about what you'd want to see. Again, I would go forward and say with the Card Fest show in Grove City, down probably the same 20 to 30%. But like my show had 3-4 in a row breaking 200, 250 in attendance. And then we had one where we hit about 150 maybe. So I think it's just that time of year. The shop itself has been a little slow in August. And if it's maintained sales or increased a little, it has been on the Pokemon side of things. So we're down to just a few packs. So far, again, you're looking at about $12 that you have in each card. Really impressed with the Venom. The Mary Jane was pretty cool. Probably would have rather got somebody else. Okay, it looks like we might have another gold. And it is actually lower numbered to 125 of Dr. Doom, plus another one probably for my personal collection, a Red Hulk, and a Spider-Man. So I'm going to throw some figures out there. I'm thinking Venom is $50 to $75. Dr. Doom, maybe in that same price range. Mary Jane, although she should be higher, is probably in that $50 to $75 range. Again, maybe I throw some comps up there to actual reality, not my speculation based on what I looked at a week ago. But even refractors like Red Hulk, maybe 35 bucks, something like that. But again, that's probably one I keep. So yes, $300 a box is expensive. 325 actually, to 350. It is expensive, $45 a pack, but sometimes you get what you pay for. So also this week, I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did SpongeBob SquarePants Blasters Wednesday, and late in the week, unless they move it again, we'll have Turn 4 Racing, which is a very high-end racing product, but the price, because you get so few cards, is not crazy high. So looks like we got something else special here in the middle. So we've got an X23. We have, now it does, I have noticed some lines across some of these cards. This is a green number to 99 of Goliath. And then we have a Vision, cool refractor, and the Beast. So I don't know how, crazy people will be about lines, printers lines, that sort of thing on some of these specials. But again, this isn't a product that was available in a Mega. This isn't a product that was available in a Blaster. It was hobby or go home. So you're either buying a pack for 45 bucks, a box for 325, or you're picking up singles on eBay, knowing that the average person has 12 bucks per card in these. So that's kind of where it's at. We personally don't have any shows for the next couple of weeks. Actually, on my birthday, October 18th, is the next Southway American Legion show. We'll be doing that the 3rd. And then I believe there'll be another Grove City Card Fest that we're likely to do. And a Hilliard show, Columbus Sports Card Show, possibly on the same weekend. So we're going to have some choices to make there. And our last pack, we have an autograph. So I'm going to say that overall, I will probably get my money back in this box because I don't believe an autograph is guaranteed. And it's by Andy Kubert. He's a comic book artist and 1975 comic book card. And I'm not even sure who that character is, but that's really cool. And again, we got Cyclops. We've got another Hulk and a Maystorm. The Hulk right there is the most iconic looking Hulk from my young adulthood, maybe 78 to 80. And so that was probably on items I had, like I had the old trash can, I had the big bank, all those sort of things. So I'm gonna go grab some more top loads, but I won't bore you with this. We'll end this video by reviewing the hits though real quickly here. So let's see here. We can find some stuff that's going to be our money. I think right there you are looking at our 4 cards that are going to be money. I think average one of these is 50-ish bucks. That's not counting all the refractors, what I'll pull out for my personal collection. So we're going to be right there at box value, if not better. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I know it was almost 20 minutes long. I hope you enjoyed it. And we will talk to you later this week in Facebook Live, and hope to see you in the shop.